Welcome to Fruit for Your Life. Okay, so I'm going to do this video because I've had several questions that have come up, just actually several different types of questions. So I want to do some explaining. I want to give some benefits and some challenges to having a fruitarian lifestyle. All right, so let me go ahead and start with challenges first. The biggest challenge that I find right now, at least for me, is sourcing my fruit. And what do I mean by sourcing my fruit? That means finding really where to get my fruit from. You know, when I go to the stores that we have here where I'm located, you're going to get the same types of fruit over and over again. The oranges, the apples, the bananas, pineapples, you know, pears, nectarines, those particular things, okay? And so where you can do well with those things, I'm more of a person where I want to be a little bit more diverse. Not only do I want just regular fruit, but I also want tropical or exotic fruit as well, because that, to me, that really makes it fun. So if you're the type of person who can just deal with the basic store-bought fruit, hey, you're going to have a great time. But for me, because I watch so many videos and I'm looking at so many different fruitarians and the different types of fruits that they're eating, I'm one who likes to experience new types of fruit. So for me, sourcing fruit is something that is a little stretch for me. So I have to travel out of town to go to these places to get really good quality fruit. And that's another thing that you're going to have to deal with too. Wherever you're located, you may be located down south where there's a good variety of nutritious fruits, but where I live, you know, when fruit comes to us, it's days upon days old, and nutritional value isn't like what it would be when it was picked fresh. Or, you know, you're buying the bananas that were picked too ripe and they gas them to make them ripe. So you understand what I'm saying? These are the challenges that you're going to have, and you're going to need to think about these before you actually start as well. Okay, one of the next challenges that you will find yourself having is you will go to the bathroom a lot. Okay, whether it's through urination or whether you have to take a poop. I don't like to use the word defecate. I know that's more professional, but when you got to take a poop, you know, you got to go. And if you're like me, like in my setting, and I'm talking about this because I did speak to someone this week who is also a truck driver, you're going to have to plan your stops. Okay, so I'm going to give an example. I know my body. My body has a routine now. In the morning when I wake up, I've got to go. Probably in the afternoon, I've got to go. And in the evening, before I go to bed, I've got to go. So I know for sure, at least 3 times a day, I'm going to the restroom to do number 2, okay? Also, having to urinate a lot. When you eat a lot of fruit that is made up of juice, and you're consuming a lot of that, you're going to have to go and urinate quite a bit, okay? So those are the things. Hopefully some of you all are in settings where that's not that big of a deal. You know, you're not stuck in a truck and have to worry about those issues. But sometimes you are. For guys who drive a truck, and I'm just speaking specifically to truck drivers right at this little second, you're gonna have to carry a bottle with you. No doubt about it. You're gonna have to carry a bottle or a jug or something with you for when you have to urinate. You can't, when you pull that truck over in the emergency lane, you can't always be looking for a store to stop. There's not enough rest areas. Sometimes you may have to urinate, and then 20 minutes later, you have to go again. But that's good for your body, so don't not do it because you feel like it's just too much work. No, trust me, I'm doing it. It is worth it. Women, ladies, for those of you who drive trucks, you may have to take a bucket with you in the truck. I'm just gonna be honest with you. You may have to do that, okay? But you pass enough rest areas, hopefully you can hold the number 2 until you get to the rest areas or you get to a truck stop. There's numbers, of course, you know we run across truck stops all the time. But for it's having to urinate, you may have to take a bucket with you in the truck with you for your frequent urination. Look, listen to me. It is so important that you do not feel pushed away because you're going to have to go to the bathroom. If you're depending on that, you'll never do it. Okay, so just trust me, your body will begin to equalize. It'll begin to start getting on its plane, and you'll know the frequency of your body. You'll begin to adjust. This is my 79th day, so I know what my body does and what my body requires. Okay, let me give you another challenge. Another challenge is being around people who are eating cooked food. That's a big challenge. Whether it's your family, like when you're at home and when you're at work, you can segregate yourself a little bit. But when you're at home with your family and you're eating a meal, sometimes that's a little tough. And this is my philosophy. I don't want to push nothing on my family. I want my family to see my example. I want them to see the changes in my body, like I'm now wearing an extra large shirt. I'm not wearing a 2X anymore. All right, I'm in an extra large shirt, and I could probably wear a large shirt if I really wanted to. All right, so those are things that you really gonna have to think about is the food. When you smell food, when your family's eating food and you're getting tempted, you're gonna have to find an alternative. You're gonna have to have your fruit right there. You're gonna need to eat. You may need to eat prior to your family eating and get yourself good and full on fruit, just so that you're not tempted by that. I have a large bottle of coconut water. I drink on that to kind of help keep me full in a way, especially when I'm with my family and having fun. So, all right, so these are some of the challenges that you are going to have. One more good challenge that you're going to have is your clothes will begin to get baggy on you, and you are going to have to go and buy more clothes. Is that really a challenge? No, it's not really a challenge, but it could be for you. If you consider that to be a challenge, going to have to buy some clothes. Hey, that's a good problem to have. All right, so those are some challenges that you're really going to have to deal with. And of course, seeing all the fast food places that you're going to pass, seeing all billboards and stuff that has nothing but cooked, processed. I don't even call it food anymore. I call it product. Because it's not food. Food is good for your body. Product is something that's been processed. Okay, so you're gonna have to deal with that. Seeing those restaurants, seeing the advertisements, those are the challenges that you are going to have. Now, let's talk about some benefits to becoming a fruitarian and living a fruitarian lifestyle, all right? This is what's gonna happen on your journey. Number one, you're gonna find yourself having lots of energy. Okay, your first couple of days, I'm gonna set you up. I wanna set you up right. Your first couple of days are gonna be pretty rough, especially if your body begins to withdraw from the foods from the products that you normally ate, the dead food that you normally ate. Those things that have chemicals in it that gets you addicted. So your body is going to begin to detox within 2 days, maybe even one for some of you. You're going to start to develop a headache. But most times it's going to be within the second day, you're going to start to have withdrawals from that food or that product that you were normally eating. And so your body is going to start to cleanse itself. Headaches, body aches, diarrhea. Some of you may even have, you may even throw up, okay? But these are things, let your body go through its crisis. That's what your body is doing. And we call that a crisis that your body's going through. And your body is trying to get you to go back and get that stuff that it likes. And you're gonna have to say no, okay? So you're gonna have to set yourself up to win. You're gonna have to think to yourself over and over again, I can do this. This is only lasts for a short time. Let me tell you, when your body is done detoxing, you're gonna have a massive amount of energy. You're going to say, man, I feel good right now. Okay, so those are some of the benefits. Let me give you another benefit. I hear the duck back there. I thought it was a fish. I was hoping it was a fish. But let me give you another benefit that you're gonna have. You're gonna notice some of the illnesses, some of the disease in your body begin to subside. Normally, give yourself at least 7 days. If you wanna see your blood pressure start coming down, and no, I am not a doctor, I'm giving from my own personal experience, please consult with your doctor before doing anything like this, okay? But you're going to experience things taking place normally within about 7 days. Some may be 5 days, some may be 2 weeks. Everybody's different, okay? But most people, you're gonna notice like really soon. So your blood pressure is going to start to go down and it's going to start to taper off, okay? You're gonna notice, for those of you who have arthritis, your arthritis, some of us, you know who I'm talking about, calls it Old Arthur. Old Arthur, he's going to start to say bye-bye to you. That's a true benefit. As many of you know, if you've watched my old videos, the pains that I was having in my knuckles, in my wrists, in my forearms, in my elbows, in my shoulders, in my neck, my knee. I've had multiple knee surgeries. From football, from State Police Academy, from basketball. So I've torn my knee out several times. Well, guess what? That pain, even in your knee, starts to subside. It's the most amazing thing. Why is that? Because you're putting life into your body. You're giving your body life, so therefore you get life in your body. That's a huge benefit. A major benefit. Some of you are getting ready to start to do this because you know this is your last chance. If you're like me, you know this is your last hope. And you'll see when you begin to do it, you'll start to get your hope, you'll start to get your courage, it'll all start to come back to you. All right? So great benefits. Another benefit, weight loss. You're going to lose weight. You're going to feel better. Your heart is going to stop pounding. For those of you who have palpitations in your heart, like I did, you know, they're subsiding. It's going to take a while for it all to go away. Don't expect for it to go away all at one time, because it's not. It's going to start subsiding and you're going to still feel that fluttering in your chest, but it's not going to be as great. It's going to start tapering and it's going to start tapering, and sooner or later it's going to go away. Why? Because you are consuming life in your body. And for those of you who maybe you won't do raw, you won't do fruits, maybe you'll do raw vegetables, maybe you'll do salads, everything you eat will be raw. You'll go through the same experience. I'm speaking to those who are eating whole food, okay? I just choose for me to do majority fruit for myself, being a fruitarian, 90% fruit, 10% produce. That's my lifestyle now. So for those of you who experience this, when you eat whole food, you're gonna go through the same process as well. Even like I went through with fruit, you're gonna do that with produce as well. If you're eating it raw, you're going to go through a withdrawal as well. All right, let me give you one more benefit. I don't wanna call it pride, but you start to feel good about yourself. You know, you feel okay now going and looking at yourself in the mirror because, you know, you've lost weight, or you turn around to the side and you notice that, man, between my stomach and my back, there's less space there now. Instead of my stomach being out here, you know, you're gonna notice those things. You're gonna notice that you are gonna have to buy more clothes to fit you. Those are benefits. That is a benefit. And most of all, you're going to feel good. I'm gonna leave you with the last benefit. You're going to feel awesome. Life will be more clear to you. Your thought process will be more open. You will be able to analyze things better. That's amazing. You know, I do speaking sometimes, and when I do, now that I'm free like this, I can, when I'm thinking, when I'm speaking, my thought process is so much better now. So, you know, these are benefits that really outweigh the challenges. Do not let any of those challenges stop you from doing this. Why? Because you want to live a long life. And I promise you, if you eat naturally and healthy, and you eat food and stay away from the product, the dead stuff that's on the shelf, and you eat that live enzyme, you get those nutrients that has not been cooked out of your food, the phytonutrients that have not been cooked out of the flavonoids that are in these fruits that we are eating, you will see that things begin to change in your body. Hey, I hope that this was good for you. Please take the fruit. Take the fruit, take a bite of it, and eat it up. Hey, I want to thank you again for joining me with Fruit for Your Life, and I hope that this was good for you. Hey, if you have any questions, comments, please put them in the box below. I try to return all the comments within a couple of days. And if you have any questions, just drop them in for me and I'll try to answer them as best as I can. And if you don't mind for me, if you would please subscribe to this channel. It just allows me to reach more people. It allows me to reach more people who are going through what I went through. And I want people now to go through what I'm going through. Life to the full. And I mean that 100%. So take that fruit and eat it up. Hey, I will see you on the next video. Thank you for spending time with me. My name is Ed Logan. I hope to see you again. Bye-bye.